Happy Friday, everybody. Now, we're doing something a little different this year. Now, normally we save this for the actual predictions podcast, but since we're doing an entire week, why not discuss the Hall of Fame in its entirety? There's a lot of things to discuss, so yeah, let's get right to it. Hi, Voice of Reason here, and join me as always is Nikki V.
Howdy.
And Kanako.
It's 5 in the morning.
Darn you Australians.
What are you
Yeah.
even doing? Go the fuck to sleep.
I'll go to sleep when I'm dead.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, we have a lot of this year's a little interesting. It's for the Hall of Fame, it's mostly consisted of groups. I don't think
Interesting is a strong word.
yeah, but
2 tag teams, a group, and then 2
Three.
people who shouldn't really be in it, and then one who definitely should have been in it for a long time.
Yeah.
yeah, that is fairly true. So why don't we start with yeah, I
Let's
guess
start with the first inductees, the one that was announced first. D-Generation X.
are you ready?
Boom doom boom
Meow.
boom doom.
Boom boom.
All right, let's not take this any farther.
Okay.
So because it's only gonna get worse. So DX, like we got a whole bunch of people in. Shawn Michaels making his second appearance in the Hall of Fame. Triple H, surprise! You would think Triple H is in the Hall of Fame already. I don't know why I thought he was, but like, yeah, Triple H getting in. China, finally
Finally in.
China's getting in. And I think she'll get a second induction somewhere down the road, but this is good for right now.
Mhm.
I
Both
think
of the new
I think she'll get in like in another, like, in a few more years once they've run out of like well-known women competitors for the Hall of Fame. So probably like
Well,
in
considering who they
5
put in
or so
this-
years.
considering who they put in this year, I feel like they might already be there. Anyway,
fair point.
the New Age Outlaws, and X-Pac.
Yep, Sean Waltman
Like-
is going as X-Pac's persona, not 123 Kid or 6-Pac.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like when maybe this is just me, but like whenever I think of Sean Waltman, I think of X-Pac. Like,
I think of X-Pac Heat.
no, sure, but like honestly, that was like maybe it's because I wasn't around during the height of X-Pac Heat, but I feel like Sean kind of got a bad rap. Like, I don't think that he was as bad as people think. At least not enough to warrant being like having that named after him.
He is the worst member of the clique, which is still saying something.
Well, like the worst member of the clique, that's still like 4
Like
Hall
I
of
said.
Famers.
Like I
Now
said,
5.
that's still saying something.
Yeah.
All of them are at this point, yes.
Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, that makes total sense. You were like, one of you guys was bringing up something about how maybe they should have like put all these
That was me.
guys in individually. Yeah, you like want to go into that?
So I think the whole DX thing is solely a reason that they're solely doing it to put China in without putting China in. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So why do we not just put China in, and maybe instead of one woman we replace her with China, and maybe replace like that there is ways to put all the members of DX in without just going, we're going to put all the members of DX in because like
Well, yeah, because all of them deserve to get in on their own.
yeah, and the group itself is it's one of those groups where it's really tricky because it's been so large.
Mm-hmm.
If we include all the canonical members, you would also have to include
Hornswoggle.
Bleh.
I mean canonical, not asinine.
Nope, that's canonical. Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
Fuck. Also, Rick Rude. Rick Rude?
Rick Rude. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's already in. He got inducted in 33.
Two-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if you're going to induct D Generation X in they very much narrowed it down to this very select portion of DX, even though Shawn Michaels was never a part of DX when it came to China, Triple H, the New Age Outlaws, and X-Pac.
Well, no, but they were DX like when it was just Shawn and Trips.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is the combination of the 6 characters that they're listing is very odd because it's excluding other members.
Yeah.
For instance, Rick Rude as a prime example, because if you take the era of Shawn Michaels, Triple H in China, you'd have to include, you'd logically think, oh, what about Rick Rude? And then if you include the era with Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, and X-Pac, you'd go, okay, why is Shawn in it? Because he wasn't a part of DX at that point. The reason they brought in Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, and X-Pac is because Shawn left.
Right. Well, they were weird about that a couple of times because, as we will see later, I guess if we're ready to move on from DX.
Yep.
Unless you guys want to say anything.
Well, yeah, I really
we could
nothing
run
to
off
say.
the list of accomplishments they've all done. But
the Road Dogg, Billy Gunn are 5-time. Sorry, they're 4 or 5-time tag team champions.
Road Dogg, I don't think so. Let me quickly check.
Individually, Billy Gunn's an 11-time tag champion, and Road Dogg is a 6-time tag champion. They've both won the Intercontinental title. Billy Gunn won the 1999 King of the Ring.
Road Dogg was hardcore champion a couple times.
Do what?
Yes, it was 5 times with Billy Gunn.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
And
X-Pac,
one time. And they've also won the WWE Tag Team Championship once.
Right. X-Pac won basically every title that you could possibly win below the Intercontinental, European Light Heavyweight, Cruiserweight, Tag Champs on 5 different occasions. China, she's a former Intercontinental champion, held the women's title, and then Trips and Shawn.
Yeah, say no more.
Yeah. So there's definitely plenty of accolades in the group to warrant them getting in.
Yes.
So next up is the Hart Foundation. Now I say the Hart Foundation, but it's just and only just Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart. No
Poor Owen.
No Brian Pillman. No
British Bulldog.
No Bruce Hart. Oh, that's kind of
no. And the big one that surprises me, no Jimmy.
Jimmy Hart?
Yeah, no Mouth of the South.
Oh yeah. No relation.
When you think in Jimmy Hart and you think the Hart Foundation, to a certain extent, they're kind of interlinked.
Yeah, or
in your mind.
Don't forget Danny Davis as well.
Right. So out of all those, it's just Bret and Jim. Which seems a little weird, but I think a large part of that is how Owen's wife still doesn't want him to get into the Hall.
So, want to know a fun fact that I just looked up?
Go ahead.
I'm just double checking. So Jim and Bret have won it twice. Won the belt twice. The tag belts twice.
Right.
But so has Owen. But and Owen and British Bulldog have won the tag belts once.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Anything else? Oh yeah, I just remembered about the. Damn, I just got reminded about the Hart Dynasty.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I believe they were.
Aitchison.
Yeah, in 2003 they were number 37 of the top 100 tag teams.
So, technically speaking, the Hart Foundation that they're inducting is Danny Davis, Jimmy Hart, Jim Neidhart, and Bret Hart. The other ones are technically the new federation, which is Owen and Jim Knight. The new Hart Foundation, which is the one we're thinking of, Brad, Jimmy, Owen, British Bulldog, Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
And then there's there's Hart Foundation 2.0, which is Teddy Hart and Jack Evans.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a it was a Ring of Honor stable.
Gotcha.
And then there's the next generation Hart Foundation. Davey Boy Smith
Which
Jr.
is D.H. Smith.
Yeah. D.H. Smith, Tyson Kidd, Natalia, Teddy Hart, and Ted DiBiase.
Teddy Hart.
And Ted DiBiase Jr.
Yep. And then there's the Hart Dynasty, which is D.H. Smith, Tyson Kidd, Natalia, and Bret Hart. Mm-hmm. Then there's Heart and Stroke Foundation.
Okay, I think
now we're just confusing everybody.
Yeah.
Like, we can move on at any time now.
I need to point out the best one, though. The newest incarnate. No, yes, I do, because it's actually really good. It has 3 members. Davey Boy Smith Jr., Teddy Hart, and Brian Pillman Jr.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so
Brian Pillman Jr. is actually really good and looks just like his father.
Cool.
Check him out.
I will.
On to the next tag team.
All right.
Because we're doing the groups, apparently.
We talked about the Hart Foundation, like the actual ones getting in. We talked about every other version of the Hart Foundation.
Well, it's fucking Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart.
That they were a classic. What do you think? Classic tag team stables of the Hogan
the
era.
Late 80s.
Yeah, of the Hogan era. Hart Foundation is on top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
won the tag belts twice. Bret went on to be a 5-time WWE champion. Like Jim
is now a 2-time inductee into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Bret is. Jim, he
NWA Southern Heavyweight Championship is what they're crediting.
But yeah.
Let me quickly grab some information on Jim.
Yeah,
like his accomplishments and such. Okay, let's see.
Because I'm sure he won something like outside of his allegiance with Bret, like something with Owen and stuff.
No, I don't think. He was tag champ with the Blue Meanie in Memphis Championship Wrestling.
Wow.
Yeah. Neidhart.
Mid-South Wrestling Tag Team Champion with Butch Reed.
That's the Blue Meanie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Neidhart is.
No. Is it?
Yeah, Memphis Championship Wrestling, Southern Tag Team Championship.
No, Mid-South.
Mid-South.
Yeah, Butch Reed is a former Kansas City Chiefs footballer.
Oh.
Yes, and tagged with Jim in Mid-South Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
And yes, he did with the Blue Meanie win the Southern Tag Team Championships once.
Yep.
He's in multiple other Hall of Fames.
Yep. He's actually in the actual professional hall. Oh wait, no, is he?
He's in the Legends Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. He's in the New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. He's in the Canadian Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and he was the Southern Heavyweight Champion in NWA.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, let's move on to the next tag team, that being Harlem Heat.
Yeah.
Oh,
10-time WCW Hall of Fame champions. And granted, they bounced around the titles a lot back then, but still 10 times. It's nothing to scoff
Yeah,
at.
when Booker T can be a five-time WCW heavy.
Five-time WCW champion.
yep.
Man, it's a good thing they didn't do
Yes.
that with the tag title.
Yep, and don't forget the
Dun, 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 dun.
don't forget the World Television Championships. Booker won it 6, Stevie won it once.
Oof. And then Booker T, as of course, 5-time WCW champion. Former, I think, 2-time WWE
No, one time.
champion?
One
time.
He only won the World Heavyweight Championship once.
Oh yeah, that World Heavyweight Championship as King
Booker!
That was fantastic.
Won,
I love it.
won the tag belts with Goldust.
And I think he won with RVD as well. What
Wow,
else?
I'm just looking at Stevie Ray, and you can very much see the fact that Booker T was the better of the two, just from his like accomplishments and such.
Yeah.
It's pretty much entirely like most of his accomplishments are entirely pre-cad words.
Yeah, he was basically the he was the WCW Marty Jannetty.
Yes, but he was still fairly good.
Yeah.
And in one of those rare cases, Booker T and Stevie Ray are brothers. Not figurative brothers like
Isn't
some.
it like a Dudley
Col-
Boys thing where one of them is like, yeah,
the Dudley clan.
right. Like, I went back and watched some of their matches, and like they were both pretty darn good in the ring, but you could just tell from watching that Booker had something special.
Yeah. Without wanting to sound cliche, Booker T had the it factor.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't know what
Right.
that is, but
Yeah. All right. So now we move on to the solo acts. First up, we got the Honky Tonk Man.
Like how he should have been in a while ago.
Yeah.
yes,
but-
I could. You could probably run off a list of people who should have gone in the Hall of Fame earlier.
I don't know. I think this is about right for him because, like, aside from his one really big claim to fame, which is his stupid long Intercontinental title reign of 454 days, he does not have a lot else on his CV. Like, he did that and not much else.
Yeah, most of his stuff.
He's a former Stampede North American heavyweight champion. He's a former Southeastern United States Junior Heavyweight Champion for the NWA.
Mm-hmm.
He's a former Southeastern Heavyweight Champion, Northern Division. Southeastern.
I'm so bored right now.
Again,
He's got a lot of NWA titles. Let's see. Anything else that's
NWA.
He's a former Mid-South Wrestling Association Tennessee Heavyweight Champion.
Well, he had a.
The 80s were really weird.
But you forgot about his other thing with WWE. His tag team with Greg Valentine as Rhythm and Blues.
Yep, that was good. That was a good laugh.
okay.
Oh, He also worked with a other inductee that's going on the same night.
Yep.
Right? The roadie.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and his I forgot about this. His Jerry Lawler's his first cousin.
Yep.
Oh.
So if anything, it's probably Jerry Lawler's probably going to induct him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
Him.
Or
Yeah,
him, Greg, or Jimmy Hart are going to induct Greg Valentine.
Wow, that's okay.
Sorry.
Former ring name for Honky Tonk Man, Honky Tonk Wayne.
Wow.
Honky Tonk what?
Wayne.
Oh.
Wayne. Like Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Well, that's his real first name.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
That is weird. Oh, he was trained by Herb Welch. So yeah.
Next.
Oh, that's sad.
What?
What's that?
Oh wait, no, he's got 2 children. Never mind. I was like, oh, he doesn't have any children. Just because they weren't listed, it just says children.
2.
The number 2,
Yeah.
And you kind of overlook that.
Too. And also he made a surprise appearance on an episode of Lucha Underground once, so that was neat.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Other than that, like I think we've got basically everything out of the way on him. Let's talk about some people who are maybe.
So yeah, let's start with Brutus the Barber Beefcake, aka Ed Leslie, aka Hulk Hogan's bestie.
Yeah, aka the disciple in WCW.
AKA the Zodiac.
Like you know that you're up and like you're attached to the hip at another wrestler when you're willing to call yourself the disciple.
Okay, I need to read out the list of ring names he's had. Baron Beefcake, Big Brother Booty, the Booty Man,
The original ass man.
The New Day would have a field day with this. Brother Booty, Bruty.
Yep.
Brute Force, Brutus Beefcake, the Butcher, the Clip Master, the Disciple, Dizzy Hogan. Really?
Yep.
Ed Boulder, Eddie Hogan, the Mariner.
Yep.
The Man with No Name. Fuck, that's a long name. And the Zodiac.
Ugh, I remember the Zodiac.
He's been billed from San Francisco, California, the land of yin and yang, and parts unknown.
Yeah, I know.
He was trained by Hulk Hogan and Ivan Koloff.
And it looks like it because you look at him in the ring, and he's kind of shit.
Yeah.
So he
Wow.
looks just like his buddy.
What's weird is that he actually fought for the WCW champion against Hulk Hogan as the Barber, as the Butcher. Sorry, WCW championship, not WWF.
Oh, okay. Still interesting. But yeah, the only titles that he actually won was a tag championship with Greg Valentine. And surprisingly, they held that titles for a good long time, like more than 7 months.
Yeah, like all the other titles he's held are sporadic and from really weird places.
Right. So
also I think one of the big reasons I say not his wrestling experience, but he was a big staple as far as personalities. That's why.
Right.
When you think like segments, the barbershop is the big one.
Right. Yeah. Famously had the breakup of the Rockers on there. Like he was definitely he definitely had his own little following in the mid card, and I do remember he actually broke the undefeated streak of Mr. Perfect because he was undefeated on TV for a good long time. I think for over a year, and then I think WrestleMania 6 he beat Hennig. And it was
okay.
and
The only time he has ever main evented a pay-per-view was him versus Hulk Hogan for the
Yeah, was it like
WCW?
Yeah, was it like Starrcade '94?
Yes.
Oh my!
He main
It was a
evented a
12-minute match.
Starrcade?
He main evented
Yes,
a
he did.
Starrcade.
Wow.
He main evented a Starrcade over Sting versus Avalanche.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, keep in mind this was
Avalanche.
I think it just revealed
Avalanche
why
is-
right there.
this was all.
Avalanche is also known as Earthquake.
Yeah, I think this. I forget. This was it. This still the Jim Herd era of WCW that we're talking about?
Well, I'm looking at it, and it has very much got a lot of dusty finishes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
Because I remember. I know. Bischoff was still. Was executive producer, but he wasn't actually. Calling the shots, so it might have still been.
Oh my god!
Oh wait, no, Kevin Sullivan maybe was probably booking at the time.
Guys.
Yeah.
On that Starrcade card, there was also a match between Alex Wright and Jean-Paul Lecue.
Levesque.
Levesque, a.k.a.
Triple
our
H.
good friend Triple H. Triple H shared a card with Arn Anderson, Johnny B. Bad, the Nasty Boys, Harlem Heat, Mr. T and Kevin Sullivan, Sting,
Whoa,
Earthquake.
go back. Mr. T?
Mr. T and Kevin Sullivan
Wow.
Yeah. 'Cause
in a match.
Remember this
in
was,
a singles match.
Remember this was the start of the trying to get Hogan over with the Three Faces of Fear and Dungeon of Doom plot line.
Oh, okay.
There was also a Vader versus Jim Duggan match.
Oh, I'm sure that was
Yeah,
fun.
this card was really weird, and oddly enough, has this. I'll tell you what's even weirder about this card. It has not one, not two, but 4 Hall of Famers that are going in on this Hall of Fame card.
That is
Dang.
weird.
Starrcade, this Starrcade is actually really, really rich with talent, according to WWE at least.
All right, getting way off track again.
Yeah, but yeah, as far as character goes, yeah, he was the barber. I would say is a staple of early late '80s, early '90s WWE, and even into WCW.
There's
WCW
definitely
extended
worse.
his.
Like I wouldn't put him in, but it's defensible.
Torrie Wilson, on the other hand.
Not defensible.
Ugh.
Okay. Okay, I need to read out her awards.
Yeah.
Her sole accomplishments. The Hall of Fame and the Golden Fong Award.
And,
I am not making this up.
And she was featured on the cover of Playboy twice.
And she also was it? Yeah, she was also one I think like one of the worst feuds, the Al Wilson feud with Dawn Marie.
Is that
Yes.
the one where Al died
Yep.
because Tori banged him to death?
Yep.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And the whole feud was that Tori got on the Playboy magazine and Dawn Marie didn't.
Aha.
Yes.
Wrestling is great. I think
she
Wikipedia
was-
does a better job of roasting Tori than any of us could possibly do because, as listed on her Wikipedia or on the Hall of Fame thing, her Wikipedia entry under her WWE recognized accolades says a quote key figure in WCW's invasion of WWE unquote and quote a pivotal member of WWE's women's division unquote who quote helped blaze a trail for women in sports entertainment. Unquote.
I need to do a quick. I need to do a quick fact check about the Hall of Fame? Because I'm wondering if she's the first person to never hold a title.
Nope.
At all.
Coco Beware.
She's
I mean,
an illustrious
At
company.
all. I mean, at all.
Oh, at all.
I'm checking Coco Beware for any title holds.
Either way, not great. But yeah, and reading that off, you could just hear the gigantic air quotes that are being used there.
You know the sad part. Ruthless Aggression era SmackDown for women was kind of bad because all the good wrestlers for the women were on Raw. So Trish,
Right, because the women's title was on Raw.
yeah, Trish, Lita, Molly Holly, Jazz, thinking off the top of my head, Ivory, they were all on Raw. On SmackDown, you got Torrie Wilson, Dawn Marie, Stacy Stacey Keibler was actually on Raw. She was managing Test and Scott Steiner, if I remember that right.
Yeah, why isn't Molly Holly in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
Put her in. Put her in over fucking Torrie. The only thing Torrie was remembered for besides her boobs was bringing a chihuahua to the ring sometimes.
Yeah. Torrie is the only well, okay, let me put it like this. Would you rather have Torrie Wilson in the Hall of Fame or Kid Rock in the Hall of Fame?
Kid Rock.
Really?
Kid Rock.
Yes. Because Kid Rock
Yes.
has accomplishments. Kid Rock has a fan base. Like Torrie Wilson.
Kid Rock actively helped improve wrestling for a time.
That might be a bit strong.
Yeah, no. I still refer to the
More than she did.
Fair, but also bit strong.
Okay, so I need to point out who Torrie Wilson was trained by and why
should be
that's
good.
very odd. David Finlay,
Okay.
John Laurinaitis,
Wait. When you say David Finlay, do you mean Fit Finlay?
Fit Finlay.
Or
Fit.
David Finlay? Okay, because I think his kid is
Dave
going by
is
David
what I
Finlay.
meant. Dave is who I meant.
Okay.
Dave Finlay,
Yeah.
aka Fit Finlay, John Laurinaitis, and Billy Kidman.
Man, there's some
No,
good wrestlers in there.
Oh right!
No,
Oh
she
my god!
used-
I forgot about the Viagra on a pole match.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That involved both Wilson and Kidman.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
Yes.
Fucking great.
And see, I don't want to say the only reason she got a job was because she was a blonde cheerleader type, and that's
I'll
Vince's
say
type.
that.
Well,
I'll say that for fucking yeah. She got in because she was hot, and that was how they were kind of booking him, especially over on SmackDown. Were you saying something else?
she was another member of the NWO.
Oh,
Said to
Oh fuck!
yeah, she was
No, I've looked at something much worse.
oh dear.
She used to date the New York Yankees third baseman A-Rod.
Good for him.
Was that during or was that pre or post 2009?
2011,
Okay,
2011 to 2015.
Oh, okay. So
Recent.
Recent, yes.
Well, good for him.
She's currently a web-based fitness instructor and blogger.
Oh yeah, I have seen some of the Torrie Wilson like she does yoga stuff now. I think, which that makes sense, and it's good.
The issue is there are two Hall of Famers who are far better at it than her. Hey DDP, hey Trish.
Oh yeah, Trish as well. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just looking at
Yeah.
like all the stuff she did in like WCW. So yeah, she was basically the insert to into a lot of these feuds. So a few trying to turn try to do stuff with with David Flair to get Rick against turn David Flair against against his dad. There was a thing at she was a valet for David. The flag on the Viagra on a pole match.
She was in a feud with Victoria and Kenny Dykstra, with Jimmy Wang Yang. She was one of Teddy Long and what's her name? She was one of the bridesmaids for Teddy Long's wedding.
Right. Vince's Devils.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably like
with state. Yeah, with
Candice Michelle, Victoria, Chloe, whoever that is, and Torrie Wilson. Vince's Devils, a stable, also known as Ladies in Pink.
Interesting.
Man, we are struggling to find things about this lady.
Yeah.
That's because she shouldn't be in the fucking Hall of Fame.
No, she shouldn't.
I can think of several people who should be ahead of her.
Like I said, tits and puppies. Both variations of the word.
Wait a minute. Okay, I've just realized something. And this actually pisses me off. Why the fuck isn't Victoria in the Hall of Fame? And she is?
I don't know.
Victoria actually has some accomplishments, god fucking damn it.
Maybe Victoria doesn't have that great of a relationship with WWE, because I know that she worked for TNA for a good long time.
That didn't stop several other people who have got back into the Hall of Fame.
But like, there are some people who left WWE on bad terms like that. That's probably why Gail Kim isn't in.
That's true, but she also didn't do that much in WWE.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, you do have those examples of like telling WWE to fuck off, and that might be why Victoria's not in. Anyway,
now
there's one other person that we're going to be talking about today, and that is the winner of the Warrior Award, which is finally going to its intended purpose. Like, it was supposed to be like for the underappreciated people who get no credit. This was to like give them some kind of award. And like the first 4 years of its existence, 4 or 5 years, it was basically used as like this
like an achievement award kind of.
But also a publicity thing.
The only one. Well, again, Connor the Crusher Michalik being inducted 31 was one really nice gesture. It helped WWE start the Connor's Cure for childhood cancer for month of September. So that I'm actually okay with. I'm less okay with the Susan G. Komen spokesman, because Susan G. Komen can go blow it.
Susan G. Komen is literally cancer.
Irony, but that makes. But this year, I think they got it right.
Yes, they're giving it to Sue Aitchison. I probably mispronounced that, but
Aitchison,
Aitchison. She is the senior director of talent relations, and she's basically one of the higher ups that we don't usually see on television. She's been with the company for 33 years. She does a lot of work with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like, she's definitely someone who has helped out WWE in a big way that we normally wouldn't see. So this is really good.
Oh, I didn't know that she pioneered the WrestleMania reading challenge.
Oh.
Yep.
All right.
She does. She's basically the person who all those charity stuff you see the WWE touting. She's the one behind it.
Yeah. Like, this is one of the very few awards where the person gets inducted and you're like, who? And it's a good thing.
and you look her up and you go, oh yeah, she deserves some recognition.
Yeah,
And that's
she's a
kind of
good
what the
human.
Warrior Award was supposed to be. Since
Ironic.
I would like to point out something
Mhm.
that doesn't get talked enough about by basically by people like us, people who do videos on professional wrestling. The legacy section of the WWE Hall of Fame, we will not know who's in this section this year until the actual event. For instance, here's free, just free legacy members. One, El Santo. If you know
Ooh.
Lucha Libre, you know him.
Yeah.
El Santo,
Yes.
the most
Haystacks
famous luchador
Calhoun.
of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, Dex.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Finally, Toots Mond.
Tootsmon got in.
Yes, legacy.
Oh, right.
The legacy section came in around 2016, and it is solely for guys from the very early era of wrestling, where they're almost all of them so far in the legacy section have been posthumous, and you don't want to just go and bring someone on who didn't really know them and didn't really you don't really know who didn't really know them and only knew of their work. You don't really want to just bring someone on just to do that. So instead, they do a big video package for everyone in that section, and it kind of goes, hey, this is this person, this is some of the stuff they were known for, this is this person, so on and so forth.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at some of the lists. So like 2016, you had Pat O'Connor, Lou Thez, and Frank Gotch. All three of them classically trained wrestlers. Hell, that's Lou Thez's takedown is named after him. The Lou Thez press.
Gotch style pile driver.
Yep. The Gotch neutralizer.
Yeah, Simon Gotch, not Simon Gotch. That's the other person named Gotch who has no relationship to the man. Frank Gotch is basically a legend in the wrestling industry who kind of made it what it is today.
Yep.
That's that's the kind of theme for the legacy thing.
Yep. Lord Alfred Hayes was a commentator for WWE. No, it wasn't a commentator. He was a ring announcer and a backstage interviewer for early on in WWE. Stan Stasiak, he's I know he's famous, and I know his kids are Sean Stasiak is his kid, I think, or his grandkid.
2017, we got Ricky Dozan, and he's basically the father of pro wrestling in Japan. And if you like strong style and all that kind of stuff, you have to thank him. Let's see. Anyone else? El Santo, the most famous masked wrestler in the world.
Right next to Mil Moscadas.
Yeah. Anyone else that's...
Well, we'll probably find out on the day of the Hall of Fame.
Yes, I will tweet out who this year's Legacy Hall of the Legacy group is, and maybe some interesting facts about them. If I can find anything out about them, because some people just like what's known about them is very little because of how far we're going back.
Right. But yeah, this year's a mixed bag. Some deserving, some should have been in a while ago, and some aren't. But tomorrow tomorrow's the actual Hall of Fame. But I think it's time. But tomorrow we'll do what we should be doing, actually predicting WrestleMania 35. We got a lot of matches to get through.
At time of recording, that number is 14.
Pray for us.